It do, man. This is your boy North End Floyd, man. You know what I'm saying? This is 2024, kicking off the year, man. And man, bro, I've been wanting to have him on the show for a while. He's been on the show. If y'all paid attention to the show, man, in 2023, he's been on about 5 or 6 shows. I didn't have him on, man, but to kick off 2024, man, my boy Bread, man, what it do, man? What's good, dog?
Man, what's up, man? Shit, happy to be here.
Man,
Happy for another year.
to start off, man, I'm apologize because we supposed to did this a few weeks ago, you know what I'm saying, to kick the like, you know what I'm saying, like a 2023 recap. But shit, we still finna kick off the recap, you know what I'm saying, of what went down in 2023 and shit like that, you know what I'm saying. But we had some little difficulties to getting this show going tonight, man. And I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying, we got that shit squared away.
Yeah, me too, man.
I was worried for a second, man. I'm like, God dang, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm geared up and shit, ready to get it started and shit like that. And I was like, damn, bro.
Hmm.
You
We
know this.
here, man.
You know how it is when you try to experiment with new shit. You got to
Yeah,
work out the kinks and shit. And you got to troubleshoot and all that kind of shit.
yeah, I understand. A technical side. Whew.
Yeah, what you got going down, man? What you doing this weekend? What's up with you?
I'm just recording new music. Um, Working on the next couple of episodes of Unpopular Honesty
Mm-hmm.
and editing music videos because I still have music videos from the previous year that were filmed, but they haven't been put together yet.
You shoot your own music videos?
Yeah, I have a system. I have my homie T Matt. Shout out to T Matt. He films my videos.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to DH, who's in Houston. He also films my videos,
Yep.
and then myself in Italy do music
Oh
videos.
yeah, Italy. I didn't know Italy did all that.
Yeah, Italy do videos. She do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, that's for sure. You gotta have somebody in your camp that do stuff like that, that can just do well rounded and shit.
Yeah, diversify. You know what I'm saying? It's all about diversifying.
Yeah, man. So shit, let's get on it, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as your music, man, how did you think your year went good? I mean, went as far as 23 with the music. How you think your shit went?
I think it went good. I mean, for one, to be an independent artist and to have the looks that I've had
Mm-hmm.
is very, very good because it's a lot of people who are independent who don't get those looks.
For sure.
So that's one thing. The surprise that happened late in the year, I guess, at the beginning of December when Spotify sends those numbers out.
Yep.
Uh, the biggest surprise for me was my rising fan base is the United States of America.
Yeah.
And it's very different because when I put out the difference in 2020, the rising fan base was like the Philippines and overseas and stuff like that. But now it's growing in the States.
Yeah.
And I can only be thankful for that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, More people have been paying attention. I think my year went exceptionally well for somebody who is independent and released arguably two classic bodies of work within the same year.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh,
DMX type shit right there. That's
yeah,
DMX. Yeah.
that's not a bad that's not bad company to be in.
Real
You
talk
know,
though.
yeah,
You know, I think as far as, and I'm not just saying this because, you know what I'm saying, I got you right here and shit like that, but man, I don't know any artist that has, especially in this area, that has put in as much work and effort in their music in 2023 as you did. You know what I'm saying? As far as, music and videos. Because I know a lot of artists that just do music. And I'm like, bro, you need to do a video. Where's the
right.
where's the video? You can't just put out just music, and you got it has to be like a left hand and a right hand. They got to go hand in hand. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You cheating yourself because a lot of people, if you throw it on some of these outlets, YouTube and IG and stuff like that, a lot of people gonna see it and then they gonna start following you. They gonna start fucking with you. But you can't really just do that just off the music alone, off the audio alone. What you think about that though?
I agree. I mean, there was a time when, I wasn't able to do music videos because I didn't have the money or the means.
Mm-hmm.
But now things have obviously changed.
Yeah.
And so now, if I could give any advice to any artist that's out there watching, listening to us right now, I would say you're cheating yourself by
Mm-hmm.
just releasing the music and not putting out visuals, because visuals, like you said, make people gravitate towards your music, follow you on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Now they feel like, oh, what you got going on is good, and they're gonna follow up on it. So it's very essential and it's very important. I mean, we're not in the times where making good music is enough. You have to make a visual. You have
Yeah.
to do several visuals. So just so y'all know, man, you do your visuals, man. It means something.
Yeah, man, because you know what I'm saying? Just like with podcasting at first, I was just doing audio. And even though podcasting is different from music and stuff like that, but I was like, damn, man, I gotta start reaching people. I gotta start, you know what I'm saying? People want to see like, a little, they want to see who you is. They want to, they want the visual and shit. So I was like, man, I gotta start doing like some videos and stuff. And at
Right.
first I was just doing like, the videos and throwing them on YouTube and telling people to share it, you know what I'm saying? And posting a link and shit. And then I was like, man, I gotta start. That's what really made me start doing like live shows and shit. Because you know what I'm saying, depending on the area, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people they're not up on like as far as podcasting. They wasn't up on it like 3, 4 years ago. So I said, man,
Right.
I gotta let me do some videos and do lives and get people involved and stuff like that so they could understand what a podcast is. And that's when I started doing live shows and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just like at first I was just like what you said, like an artist, just doing songs and not putting out the visual and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I started, I was like, man, I gotta do videos, I gotta post clips, I gotta do all that. So, you know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, man, you know what I'm saying, you gotta maximize your resources, you gotta use them while they there.
Yeah, you do.
Yo, so let me tell you this. What you think about the Beaumont scene, the Southeast Texas hip hop scene, man, in 2023. What did you think about it? What did you think about it? We gonna start with that. What did you think about it?
I feel like everybody has success in their own right. I mean, I was looking at myself and I said, I'm having my success. And then I could look one way and I could see Hevo having success, Big
Mm-hmm.
J having success,
Mm-hmm.
Tom Peasy having success, Janae Monique,
Mm-hmm.
Playmaker, all these different people having success in their own way. And I'm like, well, that's good, because I can't think of a time in the music scene where it was that many successful artists within the scene within the same year or at around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at it. I'm kind of, I guess, becoming a little more mature about when I see an artist from Beaumont,
Yeah.
as opposed to the artist critique or the musical critique,
Mm-hmm.
because I can go to that very fast, and sometimes it'll be a misunderstanding because of my musical critique.
Critiquing.
But
Yeah.
But outside of that, I'm looking at it like we all having our success. At
Mm-hmm.
the same time, everybody's in their respective lanes, doing what they're doing and having success at it. And that's cool. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I can only hope for more of the same, because I know what I'm gonna do this year.
For sure. For sure. And I think you're right. The people that you named, yeah. I like those artists, and I like the fact that each one of those artists that you named, they all are in their own lane. They all got their own style. They're not biting off of another artists from Southeast Texas that they heard and they trying to emulate. They're all doing their own thing, and I think by them doing that, it brings different people as far as the they're from Beaumont. Oh, that person from Beaumont. It's kind of like back in the days with hip hop, you know what I'm saying? When certain people, like people from the West Coast, they didn't rap like people from down south. People from
Right.
Miami didn't rap like people from Texas. New York people didn't rap like somebody from Atlanta and stuff like that. And I think kind of Beaumont is low key that way. You know what I'm saying?
It
Bread, you got
should be. I mean, it
yeah,
should be like that everywhere
it
because
should,
you
dog.
know it's about expression. It's rap is about expression, your own expression. Your expression is not supposed to be like the next man's.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be you. That's
yeah,
why
exactly.
people tune into it because they want to hear you. They don't want to hear you doing an imitation of another artist that's already out there.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what
You
I
know,
and that's what I like about it. I like that I could hear a bread and then I could hear somebody else, you know what I'm saying? They sound completely different. And that's the dopeness of that's the uniqueness. And that's how hip hop used to be. You know what I'm saying? Before now they'd be like, oh, that person hot. Oh, let me emulate that style. Maybe I could get on. Maybe I can, you know what I'm saying, do my thing. And nobody's it's nowadays it's like people are scared to be original because it might take them too long to blow up. Where if they have a certain sound that's blowing up, they can emulate that and be like, okay, that's what I'm rocking with now.
yeah. I mean, how I look at it is the original fundamentals of hip hop are slowly but surely coming back around
Yeah,
because we see the effects of the game without those fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people have gone and listened to other genres of music because rap has become boring and redundant.
yeah, exactly. That's the you know what I'm saying. I hate to say this, but as far as hip hop, I'm not gonna say it's losing this. It is the shyness and the uniqueness of it, but man, it's just
It's been stifled.
it is,
It's been
man, and
stifled.
the numbers have been down throughout the 2023. All the numbers was down, dog. It's because the trash music.
2023 was funny because it's like, right, we all know these conversations about hip hop. And
Yep.
not to mention the fact that last year hip hop turned 50 years old. Let's keep that in mind. Then the fact that this quote unquote new generation of artists faced slumps in many ways,
Mm-hmm.
whether it was poor ticket sales or poor album sales.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the OGs like Wu Tang and 50 Cent and Nas, they sold out on tour.
Oh yeah.
Nobody's really selling records anymore. So to
Yep.
sell records right now, you only have to be like in a special class of people.
Yep.
So it wasn't no significant records that were sold. It was some significant records that came out, like Killer Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Which should be album of the year.
that's album of the year, hands down.
Yep.
That's just my personal, but
I feel that too.
yeah, that's why it made the year funny. And then the conversation about ageism, which only exists within hip hop music and doesn't exist in any other genre of music.
Which is crazy. But
People,
let me cut you off too, because that's why I was disappointed in Andre 3000. Because he said that what was as far as him putting out an album, what is he gonna talk about? And I'm thinking like, you got Nas, you got Cube that's finna drop an album, you got Busta Rhymes that just put out another album. I'm like, bro, you cheating your fans by talking about your age, man. You what he was talking.
I'm gonna be 100 about this because that part also aggravated me when I saw it. But guess who got like one of the best rap verses of 2023? Andre 3000. He was on Killer Mike's album. And
Yep.
that verse arguably is one of the best verses released last
Mhm.
year. So that's why it seemed funny. And then after the I guess the blowback or the reception of the flute project, there's talks.
There's
I
talking.
hope I hope it's true
He said it
that
though.
he said he wants to make an Outkast album.
He did say that.
And I said, okay, now if Outkast come back, we talking about this could be potentially an album that sells 10 million just because it's
Yeah,
Outkast.
just because the
It,
Outcast is off the string. And you know what? I don't think when he said that, I don't think he ever told Big Boy that. Because I think Big Boy would have been like, hell yeah, let's do the album. I think Big Boy been waiting for him to say something like that. He's like, oh, you speaking like the shit. Hop in the studio right now. Let's go ahead and make this album. Because like you said, off the strength, they gonna sell regardless. And just like you said, certain people can sell. They go sell albums and they go sell out shows. Who is not gonna go see a Outcast concert?
I would because I never had a chance to.
Exactly. You know what kind of production they go put behind this concert, man. You know, Big Boy got hits, Andre got hits. You know, it's go the production go be crazy. So, I mean, from a standpoint wise, as far as making money, it's there. You know what I'm saying? I can even see Outkast doing one of those Vegas things where you know what I'm saying they got a little Vegas thing
Oh,
where
the
you can go
Vegas
to.
residency, yeah, they
Yeah,
could do that too.
yeah, I can see them doing that. Just like I think Wu Tang just got a registry or whatever and
Yeah,
stuff like
and
that.
Jodeci
Mhm.
got one too.
Oh, Jodeci got one too.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm thinking like I'm like Andre, man, you cheating us, dog. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, but when he said that, I was surprised because you know, I think I think the flute album. You know, I don't know. I guess maybe he wanted to just do that and get that out the way and shit. Something he probably always wanted to do or whatever. And he's like, okay, I got that off my chest. Let's go ahead and and do the Outcast album. And I'm waiting for like just a little piece of information. Maybe Killer Mike or somebody be like, yeah, I seen him in the studio the other day doing some tracks. That's all I want to hear. I don't care if the album come out in December. I don't care if you know if I hear a song in December. I just want to hear a little piece of information that say, "Yeah, I seen them in the studio. I think they got something." That's all I want to hear, and then I'm straight. I don't care if
I
it
mean
comes out. I don't.
that could probably save hip hop from the state that it's been in. The fact that they'll come back and drop an album, just boom. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. Them. I'm be honest with you, man. I'm hoping like maybe like 8 Ball MJG. That's my favorite. If we talking about groups, my favorite group is 8 Ball MJG, and I hope they drop something n- just something
I
old
didn't
school
I didn't
player.
see their names on the list for the most anticipated albums of 2024, but
I haven't heard nothing and stuff like that, but I'm
I
just hoping
saw
they
I saw one list. I saw one list from a hip hop site that I go to,
is it
and
trustworthy is it a trustworthy list though? You believe in
is
the
it a
site?
trustworthy list? Yeah, it's a trustworthy. They are a reputable source.
Hmm.
So
What
it's
can we look
just
what can we look forward to? What's on this list? Tell me who was all on the list so I can see what's up.
50 was on the list.
50.
50 Cent,
Okay.
uh, Snoop Dogg, and Dr. Dre.
Whoa.
Uh,
A chronic?
yeah, no, it's called Missionary. It's a part two to Doggy Style.
The one that he just dropped. The one that Snoop just dropped. Didn't he drop a
No, he didn't drop nothing. He ain't dropped nothing yet.
no, he dropped something that it was a back on death row or something like that.
Nah, that's the album he got when he first got the label back.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
talking about the album that he did with Dr. Dre producing the whole album. It's
Okay,
called
okay.
Missionary. Uh, oddly enough, Ja Rule is on the list.
I seen Ja Rule talking about something.
Remy Ma is on the list. I'm very surprised about
Remy Ma dropping something?
They say her name is on the list.
Okay. All right. Okay, Remy.
They got it's I wrote it down. It's not by me, but
I
I
think I
wrote
remember you
it.
saying something about Jada dropping something.
Well, Jada said that he was working on two albums at one time.
I
So
remember
I
you said that
assumed
too.
that one of those, how long ago did he say that? This was not too long after the verses that they had.
Mm.
He said that he was working on This might have been a couple of months later where he was like in a radio interview and he said something to the degree of I'm working on 2 albums at one time. And I don't know if he meant that in a double album. I don't think he did.
Hmm.
So I think one of those albums could come out this year. Swiss got enough DMX material to release a DMX album.
Oh, really?
There's talk. I don't know how true. That there's a new Tupac album because it's not over yet.
Yeah. Dad say he got a whole bunch of unreleased Tupac music.
Yeah, because they did a bunch of music together that he produced and
Yeah.
they never released it. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, man. Why they ain't released that? It's crazy how they can how they can hold on to that, bro. I would be, it's so tempting to at least let people hear what you got, but to hold on to
Well,
that,
the whole part about Pac was see all that a lot of his music was bootleg before there was the internet.
yeah, I remember they
I
was
think
bootlegging
I
that
think
shit.
what I don't know what happened, but this is what was said on some interview about it. People that work for the label when they stopped getting paid, they just went in there and took stuff that they thought was valuable.
Hmm.
Came across unreleased Tupac music. Well, what they did was they took that to the swap meet. They cut a deal with the people at the swap meets, and that's
Yeah,
how it was in the swap meets. That's how it was bootlegs. That's how all them 20 Machiavelli bootlegs
yeah, I
came
remember
out.
that.
And I
Yeah,
had all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
remember that
I was
shit.
like, damn, how all this music getting out. We didn't know how it was
Yeah,
getting out, but we was just getting it. So, and
you had like
then when
Machiavelli 13 and shit, dog. I'm like, God,
yeah, man, I
damn.
had all that shit, and then now it's on YouTube now. Unless the state pulled it down, but
Yeah.
last I checked, it's still on there. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of his music, most of it has been released. You still have very few that hasn't, but like I say, it's enough music for him to put out several more albums.
Mhm.
Uh, and then among the other names on the list, I really can't remember without grabbing that paper.
What about
But
Fab? You ain't hear nothing about Fab because he been dropping a lot. He been
Fab,
dropping songs
Fab
every
name was
Friday.
on the list too. I don't know how soon he's dropping, but he is on the list too.
He been dropping music videos every Friday. I'm talking about
Yeah,
some hard shit too. I ain't gonna lie. I've been fucking with it.
yeah, I rock with Fab. And
Um,
I don't plan on stopping this year either. I plan on dropping three. Double Jeopardy is up first. One Love Volume 2, which is a compilation with me working with artists from different places and spaces.
mhm.
And the end of the year, my next solo album, which is called Take It How You Want.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Hey, let me ask you about this, man. What do you feel about as far as like the female hip hop, man? What do you think about female hip hop, man? As far as like what we seen in 2023, um, do you think it was horrible? Do you think it's gonna get better, or do you think it was great? Like, what was your opinion on the artists that they was mainstream artists?
I didn't pay it no attention because all the stuff that was mainstream
Hmm.
from female rappers last year, basically all the content was pretty much the same across the board. And it's only I was telling a friend this a couple of weeks ago before the year ended that they had beaten the concept that they're using into the ground. And
Yeah.
it's made it less appealing. It's made it, at first I guess it was good to turn it on, cut it up loud, and watch people get upset. But now it's a turnoff.
Hmm.
It's something that people deem as a red flag. At least I know I do. You know what I'm saying? So nobody. I mean, unless that's your world, and unless that's where you live, and that's your life, and you can accept that as your life, then it's cool for you. But if it's not your life and it doesn't really necessarily fit in with your life, it serves no purpose. Will it
Yeah.
get better? I hope this year gets better because Rhapsody is another name who was on that list. and
Okay.
she's a female MC that doesn't talk about the same old boring, redundant content.
Hmm.
Um, there are underground, artists who are better than mainstream.
Oh, it's a lot of them.
A whole lot of them. So, to female MCs, man, we praying for another Lauren, but hey, if you got that spit and you come in with something other than your body and the same old redundant content we've been
Hmm.
here, step it up, man. Come on with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because y'all need that right now. You
Yeah,
know,
as
it's
far as
real.
the representation, man, you know what I'm saying?
The
It,
representation is horrible. And
yeah,
it,
it's
and,
hard.
it, and the cold part is, it's like um, modern women are upset that men don't want to play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like like I'm supposed to, like, when she, for instance, if she's bent over twerking, I'm supposed to give her attention. I'm not supposed to walk away. I'm supposed to try to talk to her. I'm not supposed to ignore her and act like she doesn't exist. But this is what's happening more times than many. Men are starting to walk the other way.
Yeah, and let me tell you this, man. I
Yeah.
think as far as the music that they put out, it's no lyric. It's no lyrics. Like it's no. It seems like it's no talent involved in the songs that they putting out. It's like you could just pick anybody off the streets and they can make that song. You know what I'm saying? It's no talent involved nowadays. And like you said, with Rhapsody and all these other females out there, you know what I'm saying? They're talented, and you can see the talent as far as the bars, the concepts of the songs and stuff like that. But the mainstream women that they put out, it's like y'all listen to that. It seemed like she barely can talk. You know what I'm saying? The words are not even rhyming. You know what I'm saying? It's a catchy hook on a nice little beat, and they programming it in your head over and over and over. And you know what's gonna happen? What's happening to these artists? Within 2 years, that's it. They gone. It's like a
Yeah.
microwave. It's like a microwave. They gone 2 years. They out of here. Like the Glorilla chick, she was hot a couple years ago. Now they got Sexy Red to replace them. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's gonna happen? A year from now, they're gonna find another ratchet one that's gonna talking about new ratchet music, and it's gonna replace her. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, these artists is not they not lasting long.
Yeah, because they're not built to see, when you take away, just to go back to what I said about the fundamentals. See, if you learn the fundamentals, in learning the fundamentals, you'll learn the keys that'll keep you around
Hmm.
as an artist. Because it's kind of touchy, because no one can predict how long they're going to be an artist.
That's true.
Because you can come out with a record one day and people could say classic, and then you can drop a record one day and people say, hey, hang it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of fickle. But these artists that are out today, you're right, they're not going to be around in the next 3 to 5 years.
Exactly.
And I've been saying that. I've been saying that for a long time. Like, I mean, we can go back and look at the last decade, and then we can count how many of those artists are still around today.
Yeah. And
So
they not lasting long. And to be honest with you, they probably signing a bad, awful deal where when they're not hot no more, they really can't really drop music how they want because now you're not hot and the label is finna keep you on the shelf. So now you probably got to go through all kind of legal stuff to even try to get out of the contract to even drop music. And even when you drop music, now they not checking for you no more. You know what I'm saying? You didn't had your little run and it's over now. You know what I'm saying? You try to come back, but now they didn't got 2, 3 more females or males or whoever the case it may be now that's dropping music and they not even checking for you no more. So now you got to go back to doing what you was doing, which I don't know what that is.
I still think to myself that with all this information that's out, artists are still not brushing themselves up business wise,
Business wise, they're not, bro.
as far as the deals are concerned, and what's better, what's a better option for you as an artist. Um, I don't understand it because all this information now is at our fingertips. We don't have to necessarily go to somebody and ask them for this information. You can find this information in books. You can find
Mhm.
this information online. You know what I'm saying? Or you can get the information by watching the experience as it happens. You know, for those who are fortunate enough to be close enough to it to pay attention and learn things from it, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah. And you know what? They know these artists when they sign them or when they talk to them, they know that they don't have their business straight. Most of them probably don't even have a um they don't know how to read a contract. And if they don't know how to read a contract, they don't know how to go get somebody that knows how to read a contract. They just so ready to sign, you know what I'm saying, and so happy that they getting signed that they just throw everything out the window and they worry about the consequences when it happens. Now, to go back on Glorilla again, but I remember when she signed, and I don't know if she had a lawyer there before Yo Gotti did us or not, but I remember he called her and her friends, and they ran to he had a little private plane, and he picked them up in a couple Maybachs or something like that, and dropped them off at the plane. They running the Yo Gotti in the private jet. They get on the private jet. Yo Gotti got the little money on the table, you know what I'm saying, and a chain and stuff like that, and then got her signing the paper, got her signing the contract. And I'm thinking like, you know what I'm saying? It's like holding cheese out in front of a rat. You know what I'm saying? He put all this money and this jewelry in her face where she wasn't even thinking about, you know what I'm saying, how many albums she under, publishing, you know what I'm saying, and all that. And I'm thinking like, did she even go over that with him? Or she was just blinded by the money and the jewelry that she was just so happy to sign. And it was Yo Gotti right there, and she got her friends with her and shit like that. And I don't know if it was a bad contract or not. I'm just saying. But what looks good, man, on the outside, you know what I'm saying? It may not be good afterwards, you know. So I mean,
Right.
who's to say, man? And that's how they get you. They throw this money in your face, and they don't tell you to look at the fine print. They be like, hey, just sign right here. And as soon as you sign right there, you 10 albums in. You 10 albums in, man. You signed for life.
Yeah. Read your paperwork. Take it to those attorneys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You say you turned down a few deals, huh?
Yeah, I did. Just that last contract I was handed. It had words in it that I've never seen in
Mm,
all my years of school.
okay.
And when I seen those words and I couldn't understand them, I said, "This is why you take contracts to an attorney."
Okay.
And even the guy who gave me the contract said, "Hey, before you sign it, take it to an attorney. Let him read over it and tell you what it means and break it down for you." So he was fair. I can't say it like he was just offering bad deals and blindly. He did tell me to go take it to a lawyer, and I
Okay.
did.
Okay.
And after that, and he told me the deal was not good, and he gave me some advice to go start my own label. And
Mm.
I left that law office, and I went to the courthouse in Houston, Texas, and I started my label that day. And
Which is.
One Man Records,
I got you.
OMR for life, and I haven't looked back since.
What do you think about that, man? You would you advise anybody to start their own label if they got somebody who's reaching out to them wanting to sign them, you know what I'm saying? What do you I know everybody's different, but what would you say to somebody, you know what I'm saying, as far as thinking about starting their own or going ahead and just, signing with somebody else?
If you want 100%, if you want to own 100% of what you do, start your own label. If you want to own less than 10% of what you do, go sign to somebody.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the best way that I could put it. But a lot of people, they don't understand it when I say it like that. Basically, you're independent, you own yourself 100%. Can't nobody tell you what to do, how to do it. Everything is on your decision. At the same time, everything is also on your dollar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But at the same time, while it's on your dollar, anything that comes in is you, because that's your label.
Mm.
When you sign to somebody, well, the label get paid before the artist when you're signed.
Yeah.
If they gave you a signing bonus, it's not for you to go splurge. It's probably for you to go put towards your music.
Yeah.
But people don't realize that. They just take it and go splurge and wonder why things are running haphazardly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I think as far as like, and I think a lot of people, they don't want to put in that hard work as far as you know what I'm saying, when you have your own label, because you got to put in, if you truly speak that hustler talk, that's what owning your own label is about, right? Putting in
Right.
that hustle and putting that grind instead of having signing with somebody and they kind of doing the work for you.
Right. I think that's the reason why you have so many people that want to be rappers, because they feel like they could just wake up and, in
Mm,
these days and times, you get yourself something
fact.
viral or hit, and you're making money and you're famous and people are talking about you. This does something to a lot of people,
Yeah.
and it makes them, and it seems like, oh, that's just easy. All I gotta do is put words together over a beat and just go out there and go on stage and do it. And but it's a lot of work that goes into it. People don't know all the stuff that goes into the record long before the record even comes out. It's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of work done. And when you're independent, you know how hard it is. But when you're a signed artist, you really don't, unless you're paying attention to the people who signed
Yeah.
you. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Um, Man, what do you think about the tiny desk, man? What do you think about all those tiny desks they doing? Scarface just did one. What's up with that? What do you think about? What do you think about that?
I think Scarface Tiny Desk is the best Tiny Desk that I've ever seen.
Okay.
I mean, he's on my top five for a reason. Obviously, we talking about
Mm,
the author of classic albums such as The Diary, Untouchable,
mm-hmm.
The Fix, Made.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? We talking about one third of the Ghetto Boys,
mm-hmm.
who have classic albums of their own. We Can't Be Stopped, Till Death Do Us Part, Resurrection, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, The Foundation. Um, but yeah, his Tiny Desk was the best one I ever seen. Um, it was incredible. It was incredible.
I think you got to saw him in his element, man. As far as being an artist, man, like the live band, the singing, and you gotta really love music. You know what I'm saying, to perform how and you could tell he was loving, you know what I'm saying, the aura. You could tell he was loving the environment, and he was just, you know what I'm saying, he loved his music. Nowadays artists, they, like you said, they just think they could just wake up, smoke a couple blunts, go in the studio, hear a beat, and just make the music. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell Scarface, you could tell the artistry, man, and you could tell like he was just basking in the music, and you could see him talking to the people singing, you know what I'm saying, and talking to the drummer and talking to the guy playing. And I think he got on the guitar, he was playing the guitar and everything, and you got to see the full arsenal. You got to see, a lot of people didn't see that element of Scarface. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't never seen him play, you know what I'm
I
saying,
don't think
the
people knew
guitar.
that he was a producer, because
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know he was a producer until probably Untouchable. And I'll say Untouchable because I bought that album and I read the credits. and I seen that he produced a lot of music on there. But then he had an interview where he was like, I did the beat for Mine playing tricks on me, but people didn't know it. And I was like, damn, I didn't know he did that. And it just
I know.
made me go back and research how much production he had really did and who he produced for. And I was like, damn. I was like, yeah, like, he produced some songs for UGK on their double album.
Yeah.
That double album that came out in 2007.
Yeah.
He produced a lot of stuff. He produced some, I believe he did Devin the Dude first album. I believe, I'm not sure, but he might have. He
Yeah.
might have had a hand in it. Um, yeah, he's production wise, he is a monster.
You know what? Now, I don't know how profitable it can be, but like small, intimate, like places like that, like to go see Face, like people will pay an arm and a leg to see Face in that environment. You know what I'm saying? Not just a concert on stage when you with thousands of people. And I know artists want to make their money, and the more they sell, tickets and stuff like that. But man, how much you think people will pay to see that live, see Scarface live like that? You know what I'm saying? In a small, intimate scene, and him like that, man. You know what I'm saying? People will pay an arm and a leg to be in that wherever they was at, that room or whatever, to see him perform like that. That was golden right there. And to
Yeah,
be honest with you, I'm glad that we got to witness that.
yeah, that was a great moment right there. That's something that I mean, a lot of people have expressed how much they like that Scarface Tiny Desk.
Even
And
and to be honest with you, Juvenile, I love Juveniles because I like Juvenile when he first came out back in, well, he had Soldier Rags and stuff like that. But when he
yeah,
first came out, you know what I'm saying? I just like the uniqueness of Juvenile and New Orleans and stuff like that, what he stood for. And when I seen him do his Tiny Desk, I said, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? And when you got to see his artistry and stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying? I thought that was dope. Now let me ask you this. Who would you like to see next? I think I know who you want to see next, but who would you
oh,
like to
Tiny
see?
Desk.
Yes.
Uh, and he probably won't do it because he's too big to do it.
He's too big
But
to do it?
he's this artist is
Okay.
very very big.
Okay.
Uh, but I would like to see Eminem Tiny Desk.
Mm,
I
really?
know he's very very big
I think he'll
and
do it though.
he'll do it, but
I think
but he's big. If he don't do it, he don't do it. But I think that would be interesting.
I think that would be
Personally,
interesting.
you know what I'm saying? Like I think that would be interesting if that was to happen. You know,
I, I thought you was gonna say Nas or something.
I would love to see Nas do it too. You know what I'm saying? But he's another big dog, so it's like
Mhm.
the big dogs like that'll be like asking Jay to do it, and Jay don't do everything. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
Jay
saying?
don't do everything. He don't even charge for
So
verses, man.
yeah, so it's like
He just
you
do
know,
it. You know
any
who
one of those names though, any one of those names, if they do a Tiny Desk, you
I
can
want to see do a Tiny Desk though? I ain't gonna lie to you. Ice Cube. Ice
Ice
Cube.
Cube. That wouldn't be bad
I
either.
would love to see
That
Ice
wouldn't
Cube
be
do a
bad
Tiny
either.
Desk, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I think Cube is so underrated, man. People don't know as how much Ice Cube done for hip hop and what he means to hip hop, man. For as far as movies to music, you know what I'm saying? And man, Cube done a
Well,
lot, y'all.
Cube is not underrated to those who know his importance in this game because there's people who still have Cube in their top five based off No Vaseline, based
Hmm.
off certain records that he put out.
Hmm.
So I know the importance of Ice Cube. This generation that we in, they know Ice Cube more so for movies than they
Hmm.
do music. But if they go back and research, you know what I'm saying, you'll know that he initially started out in music and I mean, his pen is important to the music, and I mean, he wrote "F the Police," and he
Mhm.
wrote
Mhm.
a lot of important records
Yeah.
that still resonate with people today, that people still listen to, still talk
Mhm.
about. So yeah, he's very relevant, very important, and he's dropping a new album this year too.
I heard he was dropping a new album too. Yeah, I think I seen something as far as him dropping a new album and stuff, man. I always like Cube work because man, Cube is one of the best storytellers in hip hop, and I think on the West Coast, she probably is the best storyteller on the West Coast. Other than Pac, if you want to really consider Pac a West Coast artist, which a lot of people don't, you know what I'm saying? But it's
A lot of people do. I mean, a lot of people everywhere that Pac has lived, they all claim him. So it's
Mhm.
like, I mean, I know because I know the story where he was born. He was born
Mhm.
in New York, so that makes him a New York. But
Yep.
he blew up by way of the West Coast. He
Yep.
got his love and his support mainly by way of the West Coast. So that's why the West Coast claim him. And even some people out there on the West Coast don't claim him either because they say he's
Yep.
not from it. You
Yeah,
know what
for
I'm
sure.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah, because he started off in with Digital Underground and all that, you know what I'm saying, up north, Northern California, then it made its way down to, you know what I'm saying, LA and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, you all right. Wherever he went, pretty much everybody claimed him when he was with Baltimore and all that type of stuff and stuff. So, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, but other than Pac and Cube, that's to me probably the two most probably the two top storytellers. Now, me personally, uh I
Well,
like
we can't
Spice.
leave Slick Rick out.
Yeah,
We
Slick
can't.
right.
When you
Yeah,
talk
but
about storytelling,
that's why
we
that's
got
why I
to
said the
include
West Coast. That's why I said
oh, okay,
the
okay,
West Coast and stuff like that. But I'm gonna shout out a few more artists that I listen to as far as West Coast, man. Like Spice One. I was a big Spice One fan. I was a huge MC8 fan.
yeah.
Um, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, who else did I listen to,
I,
man?
I rock it quick.
What
I
happened?
jam quick. I jammed a
Quick,
lot quick.
quick, quick, and stuff like that. And those artists, man, I'll never forget those artists, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I still listen to their music. I still follow them on IG and all that and stuff like that. And when they go live, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm still checking them out and stuff like that and still supporting the music that they drop
I ain't
and
gonna lie. I'm trying to get me something produced by one of them famous. You know what I'm saying? West Coast. If it's quick, if it's Daz Dillinger, if
Mhm.
it's one of them. I mean, because I'm at the point now where I'm trying to do things I ain't never done as an artist, and I've never worked with artists with a name, whether it be a feature or it be a producer.
Yeah.
And to have a beat from DJ Quick or Daz Dillinger, that's like a wish list because man, they created classic music of their own, but they also produced for all the greats.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true, man. And uh I think, man, we need to give them. I think we need to give artists like them they roses, man. Like not just a 50-year hip hop and let them come out there and perform, man. I think, you know what I'm saying. As far as I think they need to have like some kind of award and stuff like they have the Grammys. They need to have a true hip hop, not no BT hip hop awards and stuff like that. But we need to have something where we truly honor, you know what I'm saying, these hip hop artists, these legends and stuff like that before they gone, man. Don't give them they roses after they gone. Like somebody like Quick, and I'm not trying to wish death on nobody, but imagine if Quick wasn't here, how much love he gonna start getting from artists that's gonna be sharing his music and talking about how he did this and then talking about how they grew up listening to him and stuff like that. And you gonna hear that after they gone. And I just want people like them to get their roses now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cube, Quick, Spice One, MC8, man, the Loonies. You know what I'm saying? All those artists right there, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like you said, with rock and roll and all these country music, they still honoring You know what I'm saying? They don't put an age limit on their artists and stuff like that. They still honoring their artists, man. You still see some of the old time country singers coming on music awards and stuff like that, and the fans going crazy and all that, and it's no disrespect, and it's no, oh, they so old, why they playing these old people and stuff like that. And I don't know why we do that to hip hop, man. And I don't know why we shit on the ones that was before us and stuff.
especially when they making better music than the people who are in the spotlight now. I mean, because let's be honest about
Way
it.
better music.
I mean, the artists who are in their late 30s, 40s, and 50s are the best rappers.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
and the artists who are in the 30, they can't make a classic nothing to save their life.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, in the 90s, that's when all the artists who are OGs now, they were in their 20s. Nas was 19 when he put out Illmatic.
Mm-hmm.
Snoop was 19 when he put out Doggy Style. Biggie was 20 years old when he released Ready to Die.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and these are all Ice Cube was he was either probably between 18 to 20 when he released his first solo album. All
Mm.
these albums are considered classics, but
Mm.
notice how young they were.
Mm-hmm.
They were the young uh, teenagers or 20 something year olds releasing classic music in the 90s. There
Mm.
is not a 20 something year old or a teenager who's releasing a classic anything today.
Nowhere near close.
Nowhere near close. All the classics are being released by the veterans, by the people who are above 30 years old. Killer Mike, he's above 30.
Mm-hmm.
Nas is above 30. They both released classic albums within the last year.
Mm.
So I don't get the whole ageism and, young artists or, are the best. I don't hear the best. I hear lackluster, uh, boring and redundant material. The same old stuff in the same rinse and cycle.
Yeah, that's true, and that's why you see low album sales. Hip hop used to be the number one genre of music. You know what I'm saying, across the board. I think it fell. I don't know
It
what
felt.
number. It fell. It fell to a certain number, but it ain't the top no more, man.
Oh no, it's not it's like
Hmm.
Afro beats, country and pop are ahead of hip hop right now.
You know, and you know what? Other than the artists that I listen to, shit, that's what I listen to now as far as Afro beats, because you even the music is a little bit more I ain't gonna say more positive, but it's a little bit more up tempo. You could tell that the artists are they love what they're doing. They're putting time into their music, and other than the artists that I listen to, you know what I'm saying, which is probably older artists. It is older artists, I'm gonna say. It's Afro beats, you know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, man, I don't know if it's I'm getting older, and I'm not trying to shit on the new artists, the younger artists, man, but I just want them to put out quality music that, you know what I'm saying, that's classic, man. Most of these artists, you can't understand what they saying. You listen to the lyrics and you be like, how did somebody like that make an album?
Yeah, and then I
I,
get on social media and I see people sharing it like this is the best thing going, or they have post a picture of themselves on their story and have it playing, and I'm like, this shit sound trash. Like this is garbage. Like, and then they look at me when I say that, they look at me like I'm from another planet. And I'm saying, hey, it's good music and it's bad music out there. Everybody is making a choice to play the whack shit. Notice that because every music site has a search engine, which means you can search for what you want. And if you willingly play in the trash, you have to ask yourself,
mm,
why are you when there's better music out there? As far
yeah,
as the hip hop 50 though, I do want to say this. They have yet to honor the culture fully or in a respectful manner.
mm-hmm,
And the reason why I say that is because I did watch the Grammy salute to 50 years of hip hop that they did last month.
mm-hmm,
And while I thought it was cool, I also remember history.
It's true. Yeah.
And
Yes.
history serves me correctly.
Yeah, go ahead and tell
The
them.
Grammys did not accept rap or think that rap was a real genre of music.
Exactly right. I think Jay-Z was boycotting it at the beginning because
No, this was before that. This was before that. This
oh yeah,
is
yeah, but before that, yeah,
what
for
I'm
sure.
talking about happened late '80s, after the boom of Run DMC, after the fact that people in the industry are saying, "Whoa, this rap thing, we thought it was just a fad, but it's actually selling and selling like millions of records." Then this made the award show say, "Okay, are we going to give it a category?" And at first, the Grammys did not want to give rap a category.
Hmm.
Then the next year, they said, "Okay, we're gonna give you a category, but we're not gonna televise it." And
Exactly.
the artists who were nominated that year, instead of going to the Grammys, I think they had a Grammy boycott party, which was on Yo MTV Raps. And
Hmm.
it was Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, JJ Fad, Salt and Pepper, Tone Loc, all the nominees for the rap category that particular year, and that was '89. So, and then we can go on and throughout the years, Jay Z boycotting. The moment when they gave Macklemore the rap album of the year over Kendrick Lamar's epic classic album,
Hmm.
which is a fatal mistake. Just throughout the years, the Grammys have always been two steps behind the culture. They have never gotten it right. They have never given the artist, they gave Nas a Grammy for King's Disease. Not saying that it didn't deserve that, but they gave him that because they passed up on giving him one for Illmatic, and it was written. He should have been, and which he wasn't even nominated back then.
Yeah,
But those albums should have got Grammys.
for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? So it just show you that hopefully, then if they do a tribute for hip hop, it won't be a brand that didn't really trust the culture, didn't really believe in the culture. Hopefully, it'll be by somebody who respects the culture. And
No doubt.
then, because a lot of people didn't, they denied, well, they didn't show up purposely because it was put on by the Grammys. I know KRS-One said that for sure. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? That's why he didn't participate. They asked him to, but he didn't. They asked a couple of other people and they declined as well. And it's because the Grammys don't support hip hop.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I like that history that you you just ran down on their ass, man. But
Yeah.
that's exactly what happens and stuff like that. And like you said, man, I think most of these award shows they just doing it just to because now they have to. So let's go ahead and give them a little piece. Let's go ahead and honor them a little bit. But we need a full. We don't need just like a little segment. We need a full. You know what I'm saying? Like honor. I'm talking about genres as far as East Coast, West Coast, down South artists. We need our people together where it's just like a big celebration, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even want, like I said, I don't want BET to do it because that BET awards that they be putting out there is garbage, it's trash, it's horrible. The freestyles is bad, and the freestyles is embarrassing that they putting out. And I'm thinking like, how is these artists? How are they able to get in that position to be so bad? Like it's just amazing. Like
It's really they put see when the game changed about I'll say 2007. That's when the game changed. That's when the physical CD started counting its numbers and the digital era was coming in. And at the same time, you had this shift in music as far as it stopped being about necessarily lyrical or saying something of importance. It became about the catchiness. It became about, is the beat danceable? Is it playable in the club? And that's kind of been the template going forward from that period. So now you took out all the fundamentals, you took out all the lyrics, you took out the curation, the preparation process of making music. So now you got people that just, like you say, it's the microwave era. when you eat something out of microwave, 15 minutes later, you're hungry again. And that's the pace that artists are putting music out because they put one song out Monday. Wednesday, they got to put another one out because the one they just put out wasn't strong enough to last.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, unfortunately, this is where we are if you're in this generation, but there's still the curation process. You can still take your time, put together something, and when it's presented to the people, they're gonna know whether it's thrown together or whether it was carefully curated.
No doubt, no doubt. Man, before we get out of here, man, you know what I'm saying? I just want to thank you for you know what I'm saying, this dope conversation, man. Like I said, this was a long time coming. 'Cause we supposed to did it a few weeks ago. And I think
Yeah, I appreciate it.
we supposed to did a little something before that, you know what I'm saying? But just chopping it up with you, uh, you know what I'm saying, and without the interference of, because we usually do this live. And I like
Yeah,
conversations like this because you know what I'm saying, we don't have no distractions from people that's commenting
yeah,
and just throwing out irrelevant shit that probably don't even matter to the conversation we talking about. So we could
right,
just focus on the conversation. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to do this like this so we wouldn't have no interruptions from people, you know what I'm saying? Because when you go live, people see you on live, they be like, oh, look, they live. Let me, you know what I'm saying? They shouting you out and be like, bro, we having a conversation about something particular and you talking about, you know what I'm saying, like what's like a party next week or some shit like that. So
right.
to be able to get, like, you know what I'm saying, a great conversation without distractions and shit like that is very appreciative. But I just want, before we get out of here, to make a long story short, man, I want you to tell the people, like what's the next project, when it's dropping, like what can they expect, when can they expect it?
I'm hoping to put Double Jeopardy out in February, if not February, March.
That's just you.
No, that's an album that I did with a female MC named Bella,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it's been done. We just in the final process of mixing and mastering, and that'll be out shortly. Also doing shows. Shout out to the Suits and Slabs and the boys in H Town. We got them shows going on that I'm a part of. And
Mhm.
if y'all want to see your boy live, come on to Houston. You know what I'm saying? Because I got plenty of shows lined up for this year. And
Mhm.
stay tuned to the podcast because there's gonna be some big names that's gonna be on there, and some have confirmed already that they will be on there, and some have yet to confirm. But nonetheless, it will be some big names. You're gonna see some great changes go on with
I
the
seen you
pod.
had I seen you had Nip on there.
Yeah, man, that was very cool for me to do that. Shout out to Murder One and
Mhm.
shout out to Italy for that. Yeah, that was a great interview because I had been jamming Gangsta Nip since I was 11 years old and
Yeah.
never thought I would meet the man. You know what I'm saying? So I was honored to do that.
No doubt, man. And I'm honored to have you on this show, man, and cranked out the first one in 2024. And it's not gonna be the last one because we usually rock out and have these conversations quite often and shit like that, man. But like I said, I appreciate you kicking off 2024 for me, man. And
I appreciate you.
I wish you nothing but success in the music because I already know you go work for it and shit. You gonna make it happen regardless and stuff like that. So
Yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate you for reaching out to me and letting me start off 2024 with you. And man, it's gonna be a hell of a year.
all right, man. So shit, we finna get out of here, man. Y'all already witnessed, man. It's the first show, 2024. I think this gonna be EP 158. So y'all just check it out, man. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff like that, man. We finna get up out of here, man. Y'all be safe.
All right.
100. All right, Bread. I'm gonna rock with you, boy.
All right.
Bet.